Folks need to hunker down, be ready. You know, some of the same issues we just came out of last Friday. We're going to have a lot of blowing dust. The wildfire danger really high today. So we got to do what we can to prevent the start of fires. Everything we can do, at least in our power. But there could be power outages, down lines, overturned vehicles. You know, the same story. Like I said a few moments ago, even though it might not be quite as extreme as Friday, it's still going to be a rough day. We're gusting 52 up at Clayton, 41 at Dalhart. Borger just went up over 50, and I'm afraid over the next couple of hours, most of our area is rapidly going to see an increase in those wind gusts. So we're keeping an eye on the skies. Remember how much loose dust is already out there. We start kicking up the wind, I can almost promise that the sky is going to look like chocolate milk again, and we're going to have a lot of dust. That's going to reduce visibilities and really, you know, add insult to injury. Temperatures, like Allie noticed, coming up quickly. 71 now in Amarillo. Clarendon is at 81. Now, so far today, or at least in the early part of the day, much of us have had this little layer of high clouds, which has prevented some of the mixing of the atmosphere, kind of slowed down the warming. But notice, these guys are starting to move out, and we're clearing. And as temperatures go up, we start to bring down those strong winds aloft. And strong low pressure just to the north. We're on the dry side of it, as you can expect. Counterclockwise wind will be giving us a west wind, but those strong winds aloft are coming on down. And again, that's why we have all of these warnings out. We have a high wind warning every county in our area. For gusts, we think that'll probably go over 60 miles per hour. Concurrently, red flag warning all across the area. And the Weather Service just issued a blowing dust advisory. So again, it's starting to kind of be a deja vu from what we had back last Friday. Just a little bit on the timing. We're already windy, but looks like we're going to see a peak of the winds get in here about 6 or 7 p.m. So this one's coming in a little later on in the day than Friday. Friday, we had the winds through mid-afternoon, and then it started to back down. That's not the case. I think the wind goes up this afternoon into the evening and stays pretty strong overnight. So again, the peak should be, let's say, around supper time. Later tonight, okay, the speeds come down, but we stay with winds gusting over 40, I think, overnight. And then tomorrow, notice the wind is back a little more out of the north and northwest behind a cold front. But tomorrow, I think, we'll probably gust over 40, maybe 50 miles per hour. Now, the driest period will come late today. These are relative humidities late this afternoon and evening, going down below 10%. So that's why the wildfire threat is so bad. Overnight tonight, notice this. When we get that cold front, tomorrow, I think the relative humidity will be a little higher. So it's not going to completely take care of the situation, but with a higher humidity and cooler air tomorrow, the wildfire threat goes down. We can still have all the blowing dust, and we can still have the wind-related issues, but the fire threat down a little bit tomorrow. Thursday looks breezy. Winds may gust 35 miles per hour. Not as bad, but we stay breezy. And then finally, we start to bring the wind down. Things settle down for the weekend. We got 83 today. First alert today because of the bad nature of the wind. We may carry first alert into tomorrow, but cooler. And then once we hit the weekend, again, we're in better shape. But next, 36 hours, Allie, we need to be vigilant, watch out for advisories coming from us, get that phone app ready to go. Stay tuned, and we'll let you know if there's any fires or accidents or anything you need to know about.